Good morning, grade 5. Today we're starting with our new theme, keeping healthy. Let's see what you already know. So before you start, check yourself by asking the following 2 questions. 1. I know how to read a simple graph. Yes or no? 2. I know how pictures add to the meaning of words. Yes or no? Quickly answer those questions in your head. Wonderful. Let's start. Read through the word bank. Make sure you can pronounce the words and understand their meaning. Discover is to find out. Pioneers, the first people to do something. Anesthetic, the drug that puts you to sleep during an operation. Surgery, an operation done in hospital by a special doctor. Life-threatening, something that might kill you. Antiseptic, chemicals that kill germs, found in soaps, ointments, and so on. Compulsory, when you have to do it. Breakthrough, a very important discovery. Organ, a part of the body found inside, example the heart, lungs, kidneys, etc. Why do we use charts, tables or graphs? The tables, graphs or pictures that we find in an information text are usually there to help the reader to understand the information better. When we come across a graph or table, we should look at the heading, which will tell us what it is about. Then we can look at the numbers in the graph or table. Once we have read and understood the information in the graph or table, we should be able to tell this information in our own words. Look at the table below. Good. The heading tells us that the table is about illnesses that children in the school have had. So at the top you'll see the heading is written illnesses. The column on the left tells us the kinds of illnesses: flu, chickenpox, measles, and sore throat. The row on top of the table tells us which grades in the school we are looking at. First, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, grade 7. The information in the table tells us exactly how many children in each grade have had which illness. Just to recap, the heading tells us what the table is about, right? The left column gives us the types of illnesses, because in this case, illnesses. And then the middle will give you the information, and the top row is where you put the different grades. You are going to answer these following questions by yourself. You do not have to write them. What are the 2 most common illnesses? Yes, you are right. Flu and sore throat. Number 2, Have you ever had one of these illnesses? Read the passage about a few medical pioneers who changed the face of medicine forever with me. Then take note of the tables in the passage. Medical pioneers. William Harvey was the first person to discover and write about the fact that blood flowed through the body and that is flowed in one direction. William Harvey was born in England in 1578 and died in 1657. Harvey also said that he believed that the heart was a pump and that it worked by muscular force. Joseph Lister saw a connection between dirt in hospitals and death after operations. For this reason, he is known as the father of antiseptic surgery. Lister was born in 1827 and died in 1912. Lister saw that people lived through operations with very little anesthetic, as they were only used in about the 1800s, but died afterwards of what was known as ward fever. He argued that if a doctor went from one patient to another after doing surgery, that doctor would pass on to the new patient a life-threatening disease. He insisted that those doctors who worked for him washed their hands after an operation and before visiting a new patient. The following table shows how simply washing your hands can save lives. 1864 to 1866, before compulsory hand washing, the total cases of death was 35 or infected, recovered 19, deaths 16, and death rate 45.7%. 1867 to 1870, after compulsory hand washing, total cases 40, recovered 34, died 6, death rate 15%. Alexander Fleming discovered what was to be one of the most powerful of all antibiotics, penicillin. Penicillin was discovered by accident. Penicillin is a mold that could kill other bacteria around it. Penicillin was nicknamed the wonder drug, and it is still used today. Penicillin is one type of antibiotic. Dr. Christian Barnard from South Africa was the first person to perform a human heart transplant on 3 December 1967 in Cape Town, South Africa. It was done at Groote Schuur Hospital on a man called Louis Waskansky. This amazing breakthrough paved the way for all other organ transplants throughout the world. Do we use tables, charts, or graphs in our lives today? If so, how can we use tables, charts, or graphs in our life at the moment? Think of the coronavirus. How do they put all the information together? Look at the pie graph at the bottom that gives us more information on the infected cases throughout the different countries in the pie graph. Here are two more examples of tables from the Worldometer. The bottom is a link that you can click if you want any more information on the coronavirus and how many cases we have at this exact time. If there is anything you do not understand, stop the video, start it from the beginning, and make sure you know why we use charts, tables, or graphs in a text. I hope you've learned something. Next week we will talk a bit more about charts through reading a chart and also writing our own chart. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.